The Oyo Empire, a powerful Yoruba kingdom, dominated much of present-day southwestern Nigeria. It existed from the 14th to the 19th centuries. Oyo's influence extended beyond its immediate borders. It shaped the political and cultural landscape of the region. Oyo's rise and fall offer valuable insights into pre-colonial African history. It highlights themes of power, trade, and cultural exchange. The origins of the Oyo Empire are shrouded in legend and oral tradition. Oranmiyan, a prince of Ile-Ife, is credited as the founder of Oyo. Ile-Ife holds a sacred place in Yoruba cosmology as the cradle of civilization. Oranmiyan's reign marked the beginning of Oyo's expansionist ambitions. He established a dynasty that would rule for centuries. Oyo's strategic location on the edge of the forest and savanna zones proved advantageous. It allowed for control over trade routes and access to valuable resources. Oyo's military strength was central to its expansion and dominance. The Oyo army was renowned for its cavalry. Horses, acquired through trade with northern neighbors, provided a significant military advantage. The Oyo Mesi, a council of 7 noblemen, played a crucial role in military affairs. They advised the Alafin, the supreme ruler of Oyo. Conquered territories were integrated into the empire through a system of tribute and vassalage. Oyo's military prowess ensured its control over trade routes, contributing to its economic prosperity. The 16th and 17th centuries marked the zenith of Oyo's power and influence. During this period, the Oyo Empire emerged as one of the most formidable and influential states in West Africa. Its strategic location and military prowess allowed it to dominate neighboring regions and expand its territory significantly. The empire controlled a vast territory. This expansive domain included diverse landscapes, from the lush forests and fertile plains to the arid savannas. The Oyo Empire's reach extended far beyond its heartland, incorporating various cultures and peoples under its rule. It stretched from the savanna in the north to the coastal regions in the south. This geographical diversity not only provided the empire with a wealth of natural resources, but also facilitated extensive trade networks that connected Oyo to distant lands and markets. Trade flourished, with Oyo serving as a major hub for goods from across West Africa. The empire's strategic position along key trade routes allowed it to become a central point for the exchange of goods, ideas, and cultures. Merchants from various regions converged in Oyo's bustling markets, contributing to the empire's prosperity. Kola nuts, slaves, ivory, and textiles were among the commodities traded. These goods were highly sought after and played a crucial role in the economic vitality of the empire. The trade in slaves, although a dark aspect of history, was a significant part of the Oyo economy, alongside the exchange of valuable items like ivory and textiles. Oyo's wealth was reflected in its art, architecture, and cultural achievements. The empire's prosperity enabled the flourishing of artistic expression, resulting in intricate sculptures, elaborate buildings, and vibrant cultural performances that showcased the rich heritage of the Oyo people. The empire developed a sophisticated administrative system and a hierarchical social structure. This system ensured efficient governance and the maintenance of order within the vast empire. The Oyo Empire's administration was marked by a well-organized bureaucracy and a clear social hierarchy, which contributed to its stability and longevity. Internal conflicts, seeds of discontent. Despite its outward success, the Oyo Empire faced internal tensions that would eventually contribute to its decline. The centralized power of the Alafin led to resentment among some provincial rulers. The Oyo Mesi, initially a check on the Alafin's power, became increasingly embroiled in courtly intrigues. Succession disputes and power struggles within the ruling elite weakened the empire's stability. These internal divisions made Oyo vulnerable to external threats. The rise of Afonja and the Fulani threat. In the late 18th century, a powerful warlord named Afonja emerged as a key figure in Oyo's history. His rise to prominence was marked by both strategic brilliance and ruthless ambition. Afonja, the Areona Kakanfo, or Generalissimo of the Oyo army, exploited the empire's internal weaknesses to assert his authority. He was not just a military leader, but a master tactician who understood the intricate dynamics of power within the empire. He allied himself with Alimi, a Fulani Islamic cleric seeking to expand his own power base. This alliance was not merely a political maneuver, but a calculated risk to strengthen his position against the central authority of the Oyo Empire. The Fulani, a pastoral people from the Sahel, were gaining influence in the region. Their nomadic lifestyle and military prowess made them formidable allies and dangerous adversaries. Their adherence to Islam added a religious dimension to the conflict. The Fulani's spread of Islam was not just a spiritual mission, but also a means to consolidate power and influence across West Africa. The alliance between Afonja and Alimi was a turning point in the history of the Oyo Empire. It symbolized the intersection of political ambition and religious fervor, setting the stage for a dramatic shift in the region's power dynamics. As Afonja and his Fulani allies grew stronger, the internal strife within the Oyo Empire intensified. The once unified empire began to fracture under the weight of competing interests and external threats. The rise of Afonja and the Fulani threat marked the beginning of the end for the Oyo Empire. It was a period of great turmoil and transformation, where the old order was challenged and new powers emerged. Today, the legacy of Afonja and the Fulani influence can still be seen in the cultural and historical landscape of the region. Their story is a testament to the complex interplay of power, religion, and ambition that has shaped West African history. The fall of Oyo Ile, a city in ruins. In 1835, Afonja, with the support of his Fulani allies, sacked Oyo Ile, the empire's capital. The once great city was destroyed, marking a turning point in Oyo's history. The fall of Oyo Ile symbolized the empire's disintegration and the loss of its central authority. The empire fragmented into smaller competing states. The Fulani, under the leadership of Alimi's son, established the Sokoto Caliphate. This new power would reshape the political landscape of northern Nigeria. The new Oyo Empire, a shift in power. The Oyo Empire, once a formidable force in West Africa, experienced a significant transformation over the centuries. Its history is a tale of resilience, adaptation, and the shifting sands of power. Following the fall of Oyo Ile, the empire did not completely disappear. The ruins of Oyo Ile stand as a testament to its former glory, but the spirit of the empire lived on through its people and their determination to rebuild. The Alafin and his loyalists relocated southward, establishing a new capital at Ago-Oha. This strategic move was not just about survival, but also about preserving the cultural and political heritage of the Oyo people. Ago-Oha became a symbol of renewal and hope. This marked the beginning of what is often referred to as the new Oyo Empire. The artifacts from this period reflect a blend of old traditions and new influences, showcasing the empire's ability to adapt and evolve. However, the new empire was a shadow of its former self. The grandeur of old Oyo was hard to replicate, and the new capital, while significant, could not match the former's splendor. The comparative ruins tell a story of lost magnificence and the challenges of rebuilding. It faced constant threats from neighboring states and internal divisions. The political landscape of West Africa was tumultuous, with various states vying for power and influence. Internal strife further weakened the new Oyo Empire, making it vulnerable to external pressures. The transatlantic slave trade, which had initially benefited Oyo, now contributed to its instability. The very trade that once brought wealth and power to the empire became a source of conflict and division. The routes that once carried goods and slaves now symbolized the empire's decline. It fueled conflicts and undermined traditional power structures. The influx of European influence and the relentless demand for slaves disrupted the social fabric of the empire. Traditional leaders struggled to maintain control, and the once unified Oyo Empire fragmented under the weight of these pressures. The legacy of Oyo echoes in Yoruba culture. Despite its eventual demise, the Oyo Empire left an enduring legacy on Yoruba culture and identity. The empire's political structure, military organization and cultural achievements influenced subsequent Yoruba kingdoms. Oyo's artistic traditions, particularly in sculpture and oral literature, continue to be celebrated. The Yoruba language, widely spoken in southwestern Nigeria and beyond, bears testament to Oyo's historical influence. Conclusion: Oyo's enduring impact. The rise and fall of the Oyo Empire offer a compelling case study of state formation, expansion and decline in pre-colonial Africa. Oyo's military prowess, economic prosperity and cultural achievements highlight the sophistication of African civilizations. The empire's internal conflicts and external pressures serve as a reminder of the complex interplay of factors that shape historical trajectories. Oyo's legacy continues to resonate in the present, shaping the cultural landscape and historical consciousness of the Yoruba people.